How many of you guys know the Postal games? Vince Desi's Pride and Joy, made by Running with Scissors. This game series has been a really weird one for me because I've played them, right? I have almost all of them actually, except for three. Cursed be its name. Um, because three, if anyone doesn't know, Postal 3 was put off to Russian developers who completely butchered the game and turned it into something that wasn't anything close to the other two. Um, but the games are fun, but it is very graphic. Very. To the point where I think Postal 1 and Postal 2 are rated A, and I can't stream them on Twitch or even upload footage on YouTube. So I don't think there's going to be a actually, no, I think I can do upload footage on YouTube, but I don't know if I'm gonna do a epically late on it. But anyway, the Postal games are kind of a weird beast for me because I've played them, right? Like I said, but every time I play them, I kind of get this feeling like, "Whew, this is kind of intense. This is a little strange." Yeah, but I still play it anyway, and I still have fun, even though the things you're doing are kind of gruesome. And for those of you who don't know, in the game you play as the Postal Dude, which, yes, that is his name. That is what his official title is. He's had a few voice actors in the day, and then recently with Postal 4, because they instead of because they like the creators of the game really do not like Postal 3 from what happened, right? But they still acknowledge it, right? They've removed it from their stores, but they continue on and call this game Postal 4. Postal 4, no regrets. Yes, no regrets. Really fun game. The first Postal game in a while after Postal 2. Proper Postal game. I completely forgot what I was talking about. You play as the Postal Dude, who in the first game they had to change it up a bit because the first game was really controversial, but they had to change it up just a little bit to with their Postal Redux version. Um, Postal, the first one, is a top-down isometric shooter where you're kind of it's a little more serious and a little less comedic than Postal 2 ended up being, but essentially you play a guy, the Postal Dude, who goes postal. If anyone doesn't know what that means, it is the action of basically just going, I guess, a little crazy and then just starting to kill everyone. That's it. Just shooting everyone. It's definitely a weird game, and the concept of it is a little crazy. If anyone knows a game called Hatred, it's kind of the similar concept, but Hatred is a little more crazy with a top-down isometric shooter kind of style. Postal 2 decided to be a little more comedic with the jokes and all that stuff, pop culture references, all that kind of stuff. It's a really funny game, but at the same time, it is still about you going postal during while also trying to complete like different tasks. Postal 3 is an awful game, and won't talk about it too much, except for the fact that it's very buggy, but it kind of follows the same idea as Postal 2, where you are going to do different tasks. But for a game series that rewards going postal and being the bad guy, Postal 3 decided to have a morality system where it would lock you out of certain things and even lock you out of the ending of the game if you were not a good person or played it the way a postal game should be played. But Postal 4, the latest one in the series, came out like out of early access early this year, I think. Really fun game. It goes back to the roots of Postal 2, where it's comedic, has a bunch of pop culture references. Admittedly, since they went into early access to make this game, a lot of the references were already dated by the time that they came out with the early access chunks. But I think it's still relevant enough that it's funny. And recently, their most recent is kind of a spin-off game, which was handed off to another developer. Ooh, Postal 3 happened, then they think they learned their lesson. But actually, this game they handed off to a Swedish developer. Hold on, Hyper Strange. I had to think of who they were. Swedish developer and company to create a Postal game in the style of like a boomer shooter. Boomer shooters being like Doom, like original Doom, and I guess plus recent Doom, Doom Eternal. A lot of games like that. If you know Dusk, stuff like that. This game, Postal Brain Damaged, is it's called, is so fun. It takes the place of the postal guy being stuck in his own brain, essentially, fighting off different creatures of his own imagination. It is a really fun game, and it recently came out of early access as well. It didn't really have it. Actually, it didn't really have an early access. It had a demo, a limited time demo, and then they recently released it for like fully recently. And it is a really fun game. I love it so much because I am a sucker for boomer shooters. So yeah, if you like boomer shooters, I recommend that one. Again, it's set in the Postal universe, so it's a little more graphic and a little more like kind of like, I don't know about the word immature, but that's the best word that like comes to mind when I'm thinking about this, even though it's not really correct. Kind of crude. Crude is a good one. Crude humor, like shit jokes and stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, Postal is the weird beast. It's definitely a game series where I play and I have to stop every now and then because my brain is just like, they're simulating some crazy shit. But anyway, yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Go check out Postal games if you want to. Be warned, they are very gruesome, very graphic, but I highly recommend them. They are very entertaining. I don't know what that says about my mental state, but yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like down below, subscribe if you want to see more stuff, and I will see you next time. Stay up, guys. Bye-bye. 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 I totally know what I'm doing. This YouTube stuff, I totally know what I'm doing. Sure, yeah.